What's up? I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with Justin Martin.
What's up, Noelle?
Hey! Well, I'm glad that we're pimping it in this limo. I feel very classy.
I do too.
Yes. And I'm so excited that you're in Sacramento.
Yes,
amazing set, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I know that you have a lot coming up, a lot of shows, right?
Yes.
Before we get into all the new that you have, I kind of want to dig deep into what makes you an artist.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's get started from the very beginning.
Okay.
What sparked your interest in music?
Well, I was kind of forced into it
Okay.
in a way. I started playing the piano when I was like probably 4 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
I took like music lessons from a really young age, and now then I always complained about it when I was a kid, but now I will thank my parents every chance I get because it was a blessing to be able to learn music from such a young age. But I didn't really get into dance music until I was probably maybe 15 or 16.
Okay.
And that's when I bought my first turntable, or I don't even think I bought one. I think it was like a hand-me-down from someone, and started buying records and just fell in love with dance music.
Yeah. So how did dance music kind of make you the artist that you are today? I mean, because you could have chosen any genre, right? So what spoke to you about EDM or dance music?
Well, when I started, it was I was really into drum and bass. Artists like Goldie and LTJ Bookham. This was this is a long time ago. It's like 96.
Okay.
So I'm getting up there. But yeah, I fell in love with drum and bass. It was something about the tempo and the beautiful melodies over rough bass lines and all that, the juxtaposition of the sound, and it was so futuristic back then. It was just became my passion very quickly. And then later on, when I moved to San Francisco for college, I fell in love with house music. So it was kind of I sort of switched up. I hadn't really started DJing professionally back then, but when I moved to the West Coast, I definitely that's where I discovered house music and really fell in love with it.
That's really awesome. It's definitely a natural progression, you said, from piano to more playing around with things to then being the sound that you are today.
Totally.
How do you think your sound has changed, or how do you think your sound's going to progress with some of the new stuff you have coming out?
I don't really have an answer for that, because I just I try to do it every song I make. I try to do something new and different from the last one. I don't really ever want to get stuck into a specific sound. A lot of people as artists, will change their name every time they change directions, have a new alias. But I've always just kind of felt that my DJ name is me. It's Justin Martin. My production name is Justin Martin, and I just want to have total freedom to explore. And that's one of the great things about this craft and music in general, is you have the freedom to basically do whatever you want, pull from whatever influence you want. So I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, you're definitely writing your own story, and like you said, you're kind of keeping the same book and just rearranging the chapters.
I just, whatever I'm feeling, it just comes from the soul, or it comes from above. I don't know where the music comes from.
That's what I guess I was going to ask. What's the feeling that you get when you're creating music? What drives you to kind of come up with either that beat or that just vibe that you feel?
I mean, I'm a music fanatic, so I'm constantly my ears are open to the world around me, and it could be something as small as the idea could come from a night out with friends, from a joke that we're all laughing about, to just a door squeaking and me being oh my god, that sounds really interesting, I'm gonna have to record that. And it ends up being pitched down and turned into a bass sound. There's infinite ways that that you can be inspired. And I just kind of keep my my internal my ears or my brain
just
open.
Your creative sense is just open
all the
to
channels.
all these different possibilities.
So I'm just constantly listening. I'm just want to anything that I can absorb from the world. I try to create or turn it into some sort of idea.
Well, and I mean, I feel like you're just a man who's about his experiences, like kind of getting in there and just actually practicing real life.
Yeah.
And you know, you just came from Burning Man, right?
Yeah.
So how was that? I did my first burn this year. It was
incredible.
amazing.
Honestly, oh, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
There's nothing like more unforgettable than your first burn.
It is.
No matter
yeah.
how much someone can prepare you for it.
You're never prepared.
Yeah. This was my 10th.
Wow. Okay.
And this is the first time that I did it like completely sober, no drinking, like, and I went, like, I decided maybe like less than 48 hours before that I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I had shows like on the Saturday and Sunday in New York and Toronto. So I knew that I had to get in and get out. But I just really wanted to go and pay tribute to some friends that I sadly lost this year. And the best place to do it is at the temple at Burning Man.
Definitely. I feel like it's just a release of energy.
It's a very spiritual place. So yeah, I just was on a mission, and it turned into this, like, I was like, you know what, if it happens, it happens. And I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Yeah.
And
the universe provided.
Yeah, a ticket fell in my lap. I ended up just getting a flight to Reno, hopping on a bus, and like just brought a backpack and a camera and some headphones, and just like roamed around, and eventually ended up finding like everything I was looking for, from my friends to good music to like just those moments that I really needed in my life to sort of like, you know, it's a good place to kind of like hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And I left there feeling very, very satisfied.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you definitely preach a lot. I feel just like with the energy of the artist that you are, that, you know, you should go after what you're passionate about and kind of
100%.
take that risk and just do it. And so do you feel like that's a driver for every time you push yourself to get on stage, to go travel, to have these new experiences?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am one of these people that's like life is just too short and precious to sit around and waste any time. Like, if you want something, go out and get it. If you want to experience something, then like make it a goal and find a way to do it. And you know, some people say, well, that's easier said than done, but it really, if you don't try, then you'll never accomplish anything. So I'm always like about like trying new experiences, and just like I want to live as much as I possibly can.
Well, so in this life that you've been so filled and blessed with, do you have any words of wisdom or advice for just your fans out there who maybe can add kind of that risk and, you know, just putting themselves out there to their lives?
Just make it happen. Go out and make it happen. I that's kind of the words I live by, is make it happen. But just in general, like, you know, like when it comes to like, have fun. Like, don't take life too serious. Like, the only thing you should really be serious about is having a good time and enjoying yourself. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's responsibilities, and, you know, like, the world can be a heavy place sometimes, but you don't want to just blink and have everything like pass you by. Yeah. So it's really important to like surround yourself with people that you love, positive people, and even if you're not doing it for a living, then find your passion and make sure that you focus and you get to do that a little bit. And other than that, I don't know. Like,
well, you're definitely big about surrounding yourself with positive people, like you said, like building a community. 100%. And you have a community, Dirty Birds.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that. And like,
that's my family.
Yeah. So like, I mean, for people who don't know what Dirty Birds, like, how would you sum it up? I guess like your guys' crew.
We're just like a kooky family. We're crazy. There's like so many different personalities, but everyone is so talented and everyone is so nice. And I feel like one of the like prerequisites to being a Dirty Bird artist is to like stick around. You gotta be able to hang and have a good time, and, you know, not have an ego. You gotta be humble, and, you know, appreciate your fans. And, you know, that's just kind of like our Dirty Bird like crew extends beyond just the artists that are in it. It is our fans. It is like an extended family of. It's like become like almost like a whole culture, and I just feel so blessed to like been along this ride from the very beginning, and to, you know, just have like it's epic. It's so crazy. There's nothing like being at a Dirty Bird party. Like, you just look around and you can talk to any single person there. You can like reach out and get a hug if you want a hug. You can like, you know, tell jokes and laugh and smile and dance, and it's the best place on earth to be at.
It's just like it brings out the best in everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody, because of their best, kind of like comes together
Right.
and just makes it a night
Right.
that's unforgettable.
Totally. Everyone's accepted.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, it like I said, it extends well beyond just the music or the label or the art, like the DJ crew. It really is just about our fans in this community.
So for those people who want to be involved in this family and who want to become fans, like where can they find you perform? Like what shows do you have coming up next?
Well, we do. We have the Dirty Bird Camp Out coming.
Yes.
That's one of the most fun things ever. It's like a festival, but not really. I mean, like it's considered a festival, but
it's just an experience. It's an experience.
You feel like you're a kid again at summer camp.
Okay.
Like, it is incredible. And it's like you really kind of just like check in all of your adults at the gates, and then you just run around and have a great time.
So it's like releasing the inner child in everybody.
Yeah, totally. But you know, we do parties all over with the Dirty Bird crew, and you can like, there's so many talented Dirty Bird artists that are, you know, spreading the word. But yeah, I don't know, like that's the big one coming up. We do obviously like our quarterly party in San Francisco, which is kind of like our home base at Mezzanine. That there's one of those coming up sometime soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing next weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say life is pretty flying you by, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, besides like the shows, then what about some new music? Because that's always something that's been in the works, right?
So I am very excited that I have a new single coming out on Dirty Bird. It's a remake of a classic song by this amazing artist named Strafe, and the track is called Set It Off. So basically this was one of my favorite tracks growing up as a kid, and
so bringing it back from old school, right?
Yeah, and I just kind of did a current rendition of it, and got his blessing, and it's going to be coming on Dirty Bird with an additional remix by me very soon, and that's exciting because we've been trying to sometimes you run into issues when when you have samples of other artists, but luckily working with Strafe has just been awesome, and I'm so excited that it's going to come out so I can share it with the world. Awesome. And so I'm doing a whole tour around that starting in October, and like 30 something dates.
Wow. So fans, you definitely have to tune in.
Yeah, I'll be everywhere. I'm coming everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere that music is streamed, your sound will be on, and then you're performing all over. So fans will get to see you. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yes. I just, with so many shows that you do all the time, I just wonder, what's the feeling that you get right before you're going to go on stage?
If I'm lucky, then I feel butterflies.
Okay.
Like I play so much that like sometimes it's like I'm so used to it. You know, like I definitely still have that adrenaline rush, but I love when if there's a show I'm really, really stoked on, then like I'll get a little nervous, and like that kind of like, that's the best feeling, because that's just like, all right, I feel like I'm young again. I feel like it's like when I first started. Yeah, I mean, today was awesome. Like as soon as I got on stage for the show here in Sacramento.
I shot at 916.
Yeah, it was like the vibe, the energy. I was just feeding off of the crowd, and from the first track, just the front row going nuts. I love that. Like I live for that. It's the best feeling in the world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess the final question that I have for you is, being involved in music for so long, especially like the dance and EDM scene, where do you see that progressing? And where do you see yourself progressing as an artist in years to come?
I kind of just take it one day at a time.
Okay.
Like I never thought that we would achieve this much success. Yeah. Like in every time we hit a new level, I'm like, I didn't think that was possible. So I'm just trying to enjoy each level that we, and I try not to think too much about the future. Like I have my goals. Like I'd like to write a third album, and I'd like to see dance music stay on the main stages of these festivals and stuff like that. But I also want to see like artists get more creative and not just recycle the same thing over and over again. The people that really stand out to me are the people that are pushing boundaries and like creating, just, I don't know, like music rather than like club or like festival bangers.
Yeah, like they're creating kind of their own avenues and like the new sound that kind of blends with everything else that's going on.
I got respect for that.
Repeat.
Yeah, totally. So like there's no reason that you should still be hearing the same like set from some artists like for the third like festival season in a row, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have high hopes for the future of dance music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you have high hopes, then we are all in it with you together, right?
So, I mean, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing no matter what. So you guys don't have to worry. I'm not going anywhere.
I was gonna say, at least you're pushing that positivity, and I feel like the universe will provide, and everyone will kind of glow around you. So.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Justin Martin.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. I mean, we're in a limo, you guys. Yeah, doesn't get better than that, right? Swag.
Prom.
Yes, prom 2K18. Well, fans, until next time, I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with Justin Martin.
Thank you.